were deceived.
Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and hopefully you guys are doing well, because today we're here to travel back to the Old Republic because I have Ven Zallow's lightsaber that we've seen from the cinematic trailer of Star Wars The Old Republic. If you're not sure of the trailer that I'm talking about, or maybe you just never seen these, I'll put a link to the one in the description down below, but I believe it's the Deceived trailer, where we have a character such as Darth Malgus entering the Jedi Temple. Next thing you know, a shuttle crashes right through, the door opens up, and we just see a bunch of red lit lightsabers, and then an epic battle ensues, and then there's the really cool moment between Darth Malgus and Ven Zallow going at it. Unfortunately, Ven ended up losing, but there was that really cool cinematic shot where we see this lightsaber just fall to the ground and green smoke emanating from the blade. It was just a really cool scene. And just the thing that back then when I saw that, I was like, that's a cool lightsaber. It would be nice to have something like that. And to now have it in my hands from something that I've seen in a video game trailer is quite cool. Now, I will inform you that right now this hilt is actually pretty hard to get. I think the original maker was KR Sabers, but I originally, months ago actually, I think it was towards the end of January, beginning of February of this year, I actually ordered this emptied from Korban, but I believe KR Sabers is the original maker, unless of someone else, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. It was kind of hard to find all this information. But in terms of where can you go to get this hilt, there's nowhere that I know of, unless if there's like a new run coming out in the future. But at the current moment, really hard to get at this point in time. So fortunately, no links at this time. But you can always search up the character information. Now, in terms of the weight of this lightsaber, it runs in at 1 pound, 10 ounces. So let me give you guys a closer look here. Now, I know there's a lot of people that joked saying that the emitter looks like a giant ice cream scoop. And to be quite honest, if that is the case, then this is one epic ice cream scoop regardless. Now, the second time we've seen this trailer, I mean, not trailer, but we've seen this lightsaber in the trailer, was, I forget the actual name of it, but it involved the twins. And it was the same exact lightsaber like this, except instead of the chrome color scheme here, it was actually done up in white, which also looked pretty cool. But as you can see, fits really nice in the hands. There we go. You got the control box here that doesn't do anything. This is actually, let me just kind of bring it over here. This is a 1-button activation, and this is a NeoPixel setup with the Profi board. As you guys know, I'm really favoring the Profi because of the cool things that you guys could do. And I switched up some of the fonts in the beginning part of this video to kind of demonstrate some of those. And it took me a little bit of time to kind of get used to the 1-button thing because, you know, with having 2 buttons, you know, button 1 does one thing, button 2 does the other, and you know how to activate everything. So trying to get used to all those functions just on 1 button took a little bit of a learning curve, you know, about 5-10 minutes, and then I was able to figure everything out, no problem. All right, so the first thing that we're going to go ahead and do is that we are going to go ahead and boot this on. Simply unscrewing the bottom here. Now this does have a rechargeable battery, and we just have a kill key here that we just twist. Maybe I'm twisting the wrong way. There you go. For some reason, it wasn't going the other way. So the first font that's on here is actually the last line. And let's see, we're going to go ahead and bring out the blade, which, by the way, this is just a blade plug on there with the ring. So that little gold ring actually does come off. Now this one had to be modified a little bit because this piece that was supposed to be the blade retention screw for some reason wasn't working. So he modified a little piece in here to add that retention screw for me, so that way I can go ahead and add a blade and use the retention screw or whatnot. Alright, so that is removed. We're going to go ahead and bring a short blade over, so that way we can use this without, you know, breaking anything, of course. But I'm sure that moment where I break something from hitting my lightsaber with it will be recorded in history on this channel for sure. So let's go ahead and turn down some of these lights and get to it. All right, so now that the lights are tuned down, let's go ahead and cycle through the fonts here. The first one that's on here is called Last Line. And this one from Fernando's Blade Styles, I've incorporated the smoke blade. So it lights up green, and it's probably going to be hard to make up on camera. Hopefully it will do it justice. But basically what it is that there is kind of like, it looks like there's smoke inside the blade, just because I kind of wanted to have something similar to what was seen in the cinematic trailer, where at the end we have smoke coming out of the emitter. So let's go ahead and activate. Again, I don't know if this is even going to show up at all. You can kind of make out, it looks like there's something inside the blade floating around. So that is what I was referring to. Now this does have a bit of a smaller speaker. It's not like it's going to be a super large, like a 28mm speaker or whatever, but it's really tiny just because of how shallow the actual hilt is. Let's see. So what I learned is that in order to activate the force with the one button setup is that you have it in an upward spot, press down the button while the saber's turned on, and then you do a twist. And then you could also change blade colors, which will do that with a different font. Then you hold down the button to deactivate, and to change fonts, you just hold down for a second, let go. Now, if I want to go back to the previous, I hold down the button, I believe, while the saber is down.
We're deceived.
Cool. I wanted to say that because a lot of people were leaving that comment, you were deceived. So now you heard it here. Going back, or going forward again. I believe this one was a gray Jedi option that I saw, or I recently purchased actually. This doesn't have any quotes or anything like that, but I just like that beginning with the Star Wars music. Came real close hitting the camera there. So that was a nice sound to it. Next up. Oop. Okay, now next up. So this one's from A New Hope. So this one, I have incorporated the random flicker. There's audio flicker where the flicker will go with the audio, but this one's a random flicker. So I don't have control any of that whatsoever. But again, to also activate the quotes, like I said, or force.
I call it luck. In my experience, there's no such thing as luck. Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
Kid, I've flown from one side of this galaxy to the other. I've seen a lot of strange stuff, but I've never seen anything to make me believe there's one all-powerful force controlling everything. There's no mystical energy field controls my destiny.
Yeah, bit of a longer one. I can't remember if there was music or something on this one. Let's see. Like, for example, if you wanted to activate music, instead of the saber being off, it has to be on. You hold it down for a second and let go. So yeah, this one doesn't have any music, but we'll get to the ones that I do have that with. So again, deactivating. Next up.
I will have my vengeance.
Now, you guys recall this one. This is the pitch black, but with a Revan voice on there. And I have that really cool effect where it had that power absorb thing going on before the blade ignites. So I changed it slightly. So instead of having the silver light that runs down into the emitter, I enabled blade color. So this was going to be just slightly different. So no effect going down, just right here at the emitter. So let me know, which one do you guys like? Do you like it with the light that comes down, then ignites, or do you like it where it's kind of starting up from there and then goes? Next up is a
Jedi, prepare for death.
Electrostaff. That one's got the kind of like Tron, a run up and then run down for the power on and off, and then
Foolish Jedi.
Jedi. Your weak flesh is no match for the unyielding might of steel. Foolish Jedi. You will fall, Jedi.
And then, or cycle up and cycle down was it called, so that's cycling down. Next up.
Always a pleasure to meet a Jedi.
Alright, so this one is a really nice one because I enabled a sound file called Rain, and then for the Fernando's blade style I added the raindrop setting. So I might have to change the blade color for you guys to see it, but basically the raindrop effect from the Fernando's blade style is you can kind of see like legit like water driplets hitting the blade, and bundle it with the sound pack here. It's pretty cool. So let's go ahead first, activate. And then I need to enable the audio track. You can kind of hear the little tingling hiss sound. So let's see if I can change the blade color here. Oops. There we go. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys can notice that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys can. You can see all of the driplets here. Bundle it with the sound. That makes it a really cool combo effect there. And then turn off. See, the interesting thing too is that the audio will play, but of course if I cycle to the next font.
Maybe I should practice more first.
Take it. It's yours. Ignite the blade.
So this one is the Darksaber font by Kyberphonic, and he actually updated this to a version 2.0, and then on Fernando's blade style he had a couple of different Darksaber options for the movie style or animated one, so I chose the animated one for the blade style, and this is the newer 2.0 Darksaber font. I'm not sure. So the Darksaber is quite loud. And it's going to be hard to kind of hear any form of character audio.
Your thoughts, your actions, they become energy. They flow through the crystal as well and become a part of the blade.
Like I said, really hard to hear the characters because of how loud this font is.
That might be the Mandalorian way, but it's not my way. Not anymore. It's heavier than I thought.
Deactivate. Okay, next up. Nope. Clicked it too soon. You gotta hold it for a couple seconds and then let go.
That one's garbage! The garbage will do!
Okay, so this one is the Millennium Falcon. This one's called A Piece of Junk, I believe is the name of it, also by Kyberphonic. And then Fernando also created a blade style specifically to use with this one if you so choose to do so. So let's go ahead and activate. So this one's kind of like if you're going through hyperspace. I hate it when it repeats. It's annoying. There we go. Do it one more time. And then as we deactivate. Oop. So there you guys have it. That was the Ven Zallow's lightsaber from Star Wars The Old Republic. A really nice hilt indeed. I just love the whole silver chrome body look with the gold accents. It's just really nice. addition for hilt. It would be kind of cool to get another one and have it done up in the other version where it's the white body, as we've seen in one of the other trailers. But unfortunately, again, because this hilt is kind of impossible, at least in its current time, to get at this point, it's a bit of a pain. The only option that I really saw prior to actually making this video was one that I found on Etsy where someone 3D printed one, which, by the way, it looked really legit. So if you're just looking for a prop to display, it might be a good option if you don't care for a metal installed option. But anyways, before we actually go into a closure here, if you guys are kind of curious who did my install, it was actually done by CC Sabers. I'll put a link to his page down below. And if you guys are kind of curious, since I reviewed this one, will we possibly see some other Star Wars Old Republic lightsabers? Well, speaking of, I actually have one right here. This is actually the Sith Acolyte. Right now it's just an empty hilt, fully new, not even weathered out. That's why it looks all shiny, whatnot. So I've had this one for a bit of time now. There's actually someone that I was in the talks with to narrow down this deal at the end of the month, where he actually wants this empty hilt, and he has one, same exact hilt, already weathered up and installed. So we worked out a deal, so hopefully I'll get that taken care of by the end of the month, and I should have, well, basically the Sith Acolyte hilt, a weathered one and installed, to review by next month. And the other one that I've seen too, it's a little bit of a harder to get one at this point in time, but I've seen one pop up. There's actually a site that I recently discovered called Saber Hub, and I'm always looking for different sites to find some lightsaber deals. You know, you got your main name brand companies, then sometimes you'll find deals on Facebook. You know, I've always paid attention in terms of who's trustworthy and whatnot, because I've heard some messed up stories where people get shafted, so I'm always cautious with that. But there was another site that I found called Saber Hub, and it's a really nice site, actually, really nice, organized. You could actually kind of use the search engine to narrow down if you're looking for empty hilts, install NeoPixel, whatever the case may be. Pretty nice, easy to use, and you know, sometimes you might find something, sometimes you won't. There's a particular saber I've been eyeballing for a while, and it's a bit expensive right now, but it's another lightsaber from the Old Republic. I can't remember the female Jedi's name, but she is the one that came into play to save the Republic Trooper before he was about to get executed by the Sith Acolyte, or she went up against Darth Malgus. But she had a really sweet looking double-bladed lightsaber that I wanted to get, and someone actually has that on there as a single option or double-bladed option, but it's kind of got a hefty price tag because the hilt's so rare and it's already etched in and stuff like that for about $1,000. So whether or not I'll get that one, it's kind of iffy right now, because there's also some basically clone sideshow figures that I'm looking at getting too. I actually got a couple coming in. Clone Commander Neo and Commander Fox. I actually found those for some sweet deals. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section down below. Like I said, this is a great hilt, and hopefully maybe at a company or whoever is the original maker of this, maybe they'll do another run of these. I know, because there's so many different lightsaber designs out there, so it's understandable that companies will put something off for a bit of time so they can focus on the newer stuff that's coming out. I actually just recently signed up, and I'll try to find the link if I remember editing this video, where someone is actually doing a run for one of Savage Opress's lightsabers. There's I believe a couple different designs going on, but if I find that, I'll link it down below as well. But until then, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I'll see you guys on the next video upload. See, I told you, it's already freaking hot in here, but you guys enjoy the rest of your week.